Listen to me carefully. You listening? Come on close. The sooner you realize it's about working on you versus working on everything and everyone around you, that's when you'll get the things that you want. Be encouraged.
Hey cousin, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite cousin, Glow Up with Elon. You already know this channel is your safe space to just be. Here we celebrate women embracing themselves with love, patience, and kindness. I'm that cousin, your favorite cousin, cheering you on, reminding you to forgive yourself and helping you shine from the inside out. Every video is a chance for us to laugh, learn, and grow together, adding a little sparkle, a little softness, and just the right amount of realness and sassiness. So if you're ready to elevate your life one step at a time, then you're exactly where you're meant to be, right here with me, your favorite cousin. So cousins, get in here. Y'all get in here. So today we're going to talk about shifting your life. When I say shift your life, I mean making the conscious decision to change directions, to move from surviving to thriving. It's about choosing peace over pressure, alignment over approval, and stepping fully into the version of you that's been waiting to shine. Shifting your life can look like finally setting those boundaries, walking away from people or habits that drain you, and saying yes to what actually feeds your soul. For me, I'm shifting my life in the right way. I'm stop trying to be everything for everyone else and actually just showing up for myself. I learned that my peace wasn't found in perfection. It was found in being present and honest within myself. So, cousins, you already know before we get into this video, we got to do a little housekeeping, okay? If you are not a part of this family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join the best cousin family ever. All of you all are my favorite cousins, and I enjoy you all being here. And I love that our family is growing. I'm just trying to add to our lineage. And you already done made it this far, so you might as well hit that subscribe button and fully be my cousin. Okay? Also, don't forget to hit that like button and press the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I'm dropping new gems. So go ahead, get comfortable, grab your favorite drink or tea, and let's tune into this video. Stay tuned.
Identity precedes activity. Some of you are out here rearranging furniture in a house you never even planned to live in. You're busy, you're tired, you're productive, but you're disconnected from the life you actually want. Some of you are so frustrated, so exhausted, and it's not because you're lost, it's not because you're confused, it's because you're starting with the wrong thing. You're trying to plan your way into alignment. You're trying to schedule your way into clarity. You're trying to do your way into becoming. But it doesn't work like that. Identity precedes activity. Who you believe you are determines how you move. And if you still think you're unqualified, you're behind, you're too old, too late, then every action you take is going to be rooted in proving and not becoming. You'll chase validation instead of results. You will burn yourself out trying to earn what was already actually yours. But when you move from identity, you don't beg for clarity, you expect it. You don't over explain, you embody. You don't ask for permission, you align. And suddenly, the right people, the right doors, the right rhythm shows up. So before you post, before you build, before you overcommit and call it purpose, ask yourself, is this who I truly am? Or is this who I'm trying to prove I am? Don't be busy, be becoming. Because to do anything else, that's just spiritual cardio. Hope that helps.
Identity shifting into your higher self. Now, what does that mean? Well, you right now have a current identity. It's who you see yourself as, how other people see you. There's certain things about yourself that you identify with, right? Your race, your socioeconomic status, right? What you do for a living, who you hang out around, where you live, all of the things, what you look like, how you dress, all of the things that tag along with your identity right now, right? But there's a version of you that has everything that you could ever desire. Everything you could ever desire, and that person also has a different identity than you right now. There's certain things that are going to be the same, right? Like how you look, but maybe that version of you dresses different. Maybe she wakes up a little bit earlier than other people, or than who you are right now is what I should say. Maybe she, she's more focused, or she's more disciplined, or she doesn't procrastinate. Okay, this is super important, because what we want to do when we're shifting into our higher self, the version of us that has all of our desires, is we want to close the gap between who you are now, all of your behaviors, the way that you think, your actions, and who you are going to become. All right. Now, this is super important, because when you're entering this era of becoming, you have to get your mind and your body on board in order to leap into your highest timeline and to expand. All right. Now, this is important to start with body, and then we work with the mind. Now, let me explain this. There's a really lovely book that I recommend literally to all my clients. It's called The Big Leap, and it talks about this topic called your upper limit. Now, how this works is whenever you're trying to expand and to do new things, you're trying to make more money, you want more freedom, you want a different, healthier love life, you want maybe luxury, or you want a vacation, whatever it is that you desire that's different from what you're experiencing right now, and you want to be that version, right, the vision that you have of this new type of woman that has all these things and experiences life a certain way, your body, as you're trying to sort of go up this roller coaster and expand into this new territory, your body's going to start feeling unsafe. It's going to start feeling unsafe. It's not going to be sure about what to do. And this is why. Your mind, your subconscious mind, and your body, they will see anything as unfamiliar as risky. Red flags, sirens, unfamiliar. I don't know how to deal with this. All right. And what it's going to do is, when you're trying to climb up this mountain, it's going to start to create different problems in your reality to push you back down into safety.
Step one. The life that you want is on the other side of your identity switch. The money that you don't have in the bank is based upon how you view yourself. The men that I chose was based upon how I viewed myself. My health was based upon how I viewed myself. So each and every one of you in here has an identity that is keeping you from getting to where you want. And that identity is built upon the traumas. It's built upon mama's beliefs, daddy's fears, and everybody else in your life that thought they were protecting you by putting what they believed onto you. Now you believe it, and you walk around with an identity that has nothing to do with you.
This is the most powerful identity shifting practice underneath the freaking sun. This is going to be the thing that'll change your entire life. So if you're going to shift identities, then you need to know what's the old identity and what's the new identity. Once you understand the old identity, then you can shift into the new identity. So here's going to be 5 steps that we're going to take in order to shift from the old identity into the new identity. And once you understand the process, then you're going to do it over and over and over again. Let's just say, for example, your name is Rashawn, and you want to manifest $50,000, and you want to do that in 30 days. The first thing that you're going to do to shift identities is you're going to get super clear on the identity that you're stepping into. So many people, the mistake that they make is they try to manifest $50,000 in the current identity that they're in. Law of attraction doesn't give you what you want. Law of attraction gives you what you are. So be clear on the identity. Don't get clear on what you want. Be clear on the identity. So let's say, for example, Rashawn used to do construction. And now Rashawn says, "Ooh, I want to manifest $50,000 as a content creator." He's getting clear on that identity, and he's letting the universe know this is exactly what it is that I want. And included in step 1, you're going to write that down in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that I have $50,000 of unexpected income. Step number 2. Now what Rashawn needs to do is go into 40, go into his imagination and step into the new identity. Why? Because all of his life he's been in construction. So he's going to need to go into his imagination. You're going to need to go into your imagination to identify with the new identity, but not trying to think of $50,000. Don't do that. That's for beginners. What you're going to do is you're going to imagine using some of that money to go on vacation. And you're imagining the vacation, you're imagining being there, you're imagining people congratulating you, that type of thing. Then, after you come out of that visualization, you are going to write this down. I am making a quantum jump. I know exactly where it is that I'm going. I am open to the unexpected. And any thoughts that came after you did that, you're going to write down those thoughts. So if there was some type of inspired action, you're going to go take that inspired action of whatever it is that you wrote down during that time. The last thing, and this is the most important thing, if you are a person that you've done that before. So you're manifesting $50,000, and at some point in time in your life, you've received $50,000 in 30 days. Then that means that is already in your consciousness. That is already in your current identity, which there's nothing wrong with that. So for you, your fifth option is just to feel the feeling of gratitude, because my promise to you, if you did step 1 through 4, that money is going to come to you. If you're like, but I've never done this before, I am manifesting something that is outside of my level of consciousness, that is outside of my awareness. I've never done $50,000 in 30 days. Then what you're going to do is remove the things that are keeping you stuck in the old identity. Find out the things that are blocking you from moving to a different identity. Think about some identity blocks. Money not being able to trust you. Procrastination, fear of failure, fear of success. There's like 32 identity blocks. So the first step for you before any of 1 through 4 works is to first find out what's holding you back. The way that you're going to do that is take a test. There's an identity test or a money blocks test that you take one time. And then after you take that test one time, you're then able to move on and go into the new identity, because then you're able to remove those blocks. For those of you that say, oh, Kenny, I've never heard of this test, or where do I go take this test? I have one on my profile. It doesn't cost you anything at all. You don't have to take it with me, but just make sure that you take the test.
Decide who you want to be and how you want to live your life, and the world will begin to reshape itself around you. Most people don't realize that your reality isn't just something that's happening to you. It's a reflection of the identity that you carry, the energy that you show up with, and the choices that you make every single day. If you keep living as the old version of yourself, hesitant, uncertain, holding yourself back, nothing in your life will feel different. But the moment you decide who you want to be, everything begins to shift. So here's some questions that you can ask yourself. Ask yourself, who is she? How does she think? How does she carry herself? What does she allow and what does she no longer tolerate? Once you define her, you start showing up differently. You make decisions from her energy, from her frequency, from her confidence. And then the universe has no choice but to match it back to you. Opportunities, people, abundance, they'll all begin flowing to you because you are no longer operating from that old version of yourself. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen when you continuously, consistently embody that new energy every single day. Speak like her, move like her, choose like her. Protect your energy, hold up your boundaries, and take aligned action with the life that you want. So today, make a decision. Decide who you want to be. Decide how you want to live. And watch as the world reshapes itself around you, around the woman that you're becoming. Because when you step into her energy, nothing else can stay the same.
Honestly, this could be the video that changes your entire life. So you owe it to yourself, to your mom, to your kids to hear this video out. So a couple years ago, I went from looking like this, from borrowing gas money and not even having enough money to go grocery shopping, to looking like this and manifesting 50K months within my business. And I done this all in a matter of 90 days. If I'm being real, I didn't even set out intentionally to make those 50K months. I just remember one day crying and breaking down because my daughter wanted to go to Disney and I didn't have the money to get her there. I was listening to this man at the time. His name is Neville Goddard. And what ended up happening was that I accidentally shifted my identity. So after like a year, I sat back and I was starting to feel miserable and overworked. And I was sitting there and I was trying to understand, why were those first few months so easy? That was when I discovered and realized that I had shifted my identity. At that point, I started trying it on a couple of clients. And the first client that I tried it on, he literally went from a negative net worth the year prior to $1 million in 9 months. And I'm going to play you a little clip about money so you can understand why.
Manifesting $10 million is as easy as manifesting $1. There is no difference between manifesting $1 and manifesting $10 million. At the end of the day, it's money. The amount doesn't matter. It's still money. $10 million isn't any different than $1. Don't think you can't manifest $10 million because of its amount. Just because it's a higher amount, it doesn't suddenly become something different. It's still money.
Basically, what ended up happening was after I seen it worked on so many other clients, I'm like, I need to get out of my business. It took me a year to actually take the next steps, and I ended up paying $20,000 for a manifestation coach to kind of hold me accountable and walk me through the process. And within 3 weeks of hiring him, I ended up quitting my old business that made me the $50K, and I ended up generating $35,000 in a brand new business. One thing led to another, and now all I do is teach people how to shift their identity so that they can grow or start their business. I use my 22-page workbook on myself to this day. It is what I use and how I grew my TikTok channel to like 40K in a matter of 4 months. It connects me to my higher self, and the results that it brings me are crazy. If you feel like you have tried literally everything, you owe it to yourself to try this one last thing. Again, it's called identity shifting. I have so many free resources on my page, but if you want something a little bit more structured, feel free to go here.
Reality override. You are no longer in the timeline of waiting. Right now, you are now in the timeline of the shift. Your reality has been on a feedback loop. Now we break it. Okay, this is your override. First thing we're going to do is identify your blocks. Okay, your subconscious mind has been running an outdated script. The reason you have not shifted yet is because of your emotional home loop. Your nervous system defaults to a familiar emotional frequency. If you are stuck in survival emotions, fear, doubt, unworthiness, lack, your body craves them like a drug. You're addicted to it. Okay, your dominant loop right now, if you struggle with money, is you have been wired to believe abundance requires struggle. If you struggle with love, your nervous system is addicted to feeling not chosen. If you struggle with confidence, you were conditioned to believe that being seen is dangerous. If you struggle with success, your subconscious links success with burnout or rejection. This is not your fault. But now that you see it, you must override it. Okay, we're going to do this in real time. You don't shift by waiting. Stop waiting. You shift by forcing a quantum level nervous system break. Okay, this is the disruption method. Okay, this is your ego collapse. I want you to stand up. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine the version of you who stays stuck. I want you to say out loud, I release you and you are no longer in control. Physically step forward. This draws your body into a new state. Okay, then you're going to do a breath override. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Hold for 8. Do this 5 times. You will feel a shift. That's the nervous system breaking the loop. Okay. Then identity severance command. This is your final lock-in. Say this 3 times with full certainty. I am no longer the version of me who struggles. I am already shifted. My new reality is here. What happens now? Your nervous system's going to glitch. You may feel lightheaded, emotional, or even laugh. That is proof that you broke the loop, okay? This is shaking up your nervous system. Within 24 hours, something will happen that proves your shift. Watch for it. Okay, your personal reality jump strategy, this is what you're going to do for the next 24 hours. To prove you've shifted, I want you to do this immediately. I want you to choose a reality-proof thing, okay? Declare one thing you want to see within 24 hours as proof of the shift. A random stranger compliments me, I receive unexpected money, a sign of love appears, a synchronicity. Why? Because your brain will now filter proof that you're in your new reality. Take action that contradicts your old self. If you used to hesitate, say yes to something bold. If you used to play small, speak your truth. If you used to avoid investing, put energy into vision. Okay? Lock in the shift by declaring it publicly. Speak as if you already have it in the new reality. Say, this is already happening. I don't chase, I attract. My shift is done. You have to override and believe. Okay? These are specific overrides. Listen. If you want money, stop saying I need money. Say money is already aligning with me. Expect a small, unexpected payment first. That's your proof the energy is shifting. You want love. Instead of waiting for love, embody it. Say, I am already chosen. Love is my baseline. Okay, it is my birthright. Expect a random act of kindness, romantic attention, or love-related synchronicity. If you want success, take the boldest action today. Speak as if your success is already happening. Expect an instant sign, a message, an opportunity, or some sort of sudden breakthrough, a miracle. Want healing? Stop identifying with struggle. Move your body. Emotional trauma is stored in the nervous system. Shake it out. Expect a deep emotional release and a surge of energy. Your final lock-in. This is the no return method. For the next 72 hours, do this. Act as if your shift is locked in. No doubt, no hesitation, just certainty. Every time you see a sign, say, that's my proof. My new reality is here. Refuse to entertain the old version of you. That timeline no longer exists. Okay? Then say this now. I have shifted. The old version of me is gone. My reality bends to my energy. It is done. Warning, okay, this is not a theory. This is a quantum shift. And I want you to expect to see proof within 24 hours. Watch for the signs, they will show up. Your reality is bending. This is the override. Welcome to your new life. And of course, if you need any other help, if you want to join my membership, the Ascension Society is open. Check the link in my bio. Listen to me very carefully. Stop identifying with the old you. That person is gone. And then this is another disclaimer. You're not leaving the universe. This is not a Marvel movie. You feel me? This is not a Marvel movie. Okay? This is this reality. You live on this earth. Now hack how you live in it and walk through it. And stop walking around defeated. You don't have to. Okay? Okay, bye.
Cousins, thank you for tuning into this video today. I know it was a lot to take in, but I really hope something in this video touched your spirit and reminded you that it's never too late to shift your life. We got less than 3 months before this year is over. And I really want you all to consider what's your next level and what your next level will look like. What small shift can you make to elevate your peace right now, your purpose, and your power? Because the truth is, cousins, shifting your life is necessary. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow. And you're allowed to shift as many times as you feel you need to become the person that you're meant to be. Your shift doesn't have to look like anyone else. They just have to serve you. For example, maybe your shift could look like waking up early to pour into yourself before the world gets to you. Maybe it's spending less time overthinking and more time just doing. Or maybe it's just choosing silence instead of arguing with people who don't understand your growth anymore. For me, shifting my life expanded my mindset. It taught me to hold myself accountable, not out of guilt, but out of love. It showed me that my reality is what I make it. And the more I align my thoughts with my action, the more peace I find. Now, cousin, I want to hear from you all now. Drop down in the comments and tell me one way you're going to shift your life before this year ends. And do me one more favor. Send this video to at least 3 people you know are ready to shift, but just need that extra push. Let's spread this energy and help each other grow. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new drop. And remember, like I always say, be you, because there's only one you, and the world needs more people like you. But like the sand in the hourglass, we are out of time. So until next time, bye, cousins. Cousins, thank you for tuning into this video today. I know it was a lot to take in, but I really hope something in this video touched your spirit and reminded you that it's never too late to shift your life. We got less than 3 months before this year is over. And I really want you all to consider what's your next level and what your next level will look like. What small shift can you make to elevate your peace right now, your purpose, and your power? Because the truth is, cousins, shifting your life is necessary. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow. And you're allowed to shift as many times as you feel you need to become the person that you're meant to be. Your shift doesn't have to look like anyone else. They just have to serve you. For example, maybe your shift could look like waking up early to pour into yourself before the world gets to you. Maybe it's spending less time overthinking and more time just doing. Or maybe it's just choosing silence instead of arguing with people who don't understand your growth anymore. For me, shifting my life expanded my mindset. It taught me to hold myself accountable, not out of guilt, but out of love. It showed me that my reality is what I make it. And the more I align my thoughts with my action, the more peace I find. Now, cousin, I want to hear from you all now.